Welcome to Rewind, the podcast. Girl, we got a lot to talk about today.
We do
But
have
first,
a ton to talk about. I'm excited.
I know, it's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot to talk about. And the first thing I need to talk to you about, which is Ellen DeGeneres.
Yay.
Or as people are calling her now, Ellen DeGenerate.
Oh, not degenerate.
If there's anything I'm going to do, I'm going to learn what the internet's calling them.
See.
You know what I'm saying?
Ellen DeGenerate.
Katie
That's
Floppy,
ugly.
Ellen DeGenerate.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, she released her new special. What was it called? Am I the Problem? Hold on. Not Beyond Grateful.
Girl.
Relatable.
Gay.
For
your
your
consideration.
No.
For your approval.
For your approval. That's what it was. Okay, we got it eventually. Ellen DeGeneres, for your approval. So right off the bat, it sounds like she's getting there. Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
What did you think?
Okay.
Woo! That was a heavy okay.
I'm going to put it in stages. The first 20 minutes, snooze fest. I was like,
The jokes about the chickens.
Yeah, I was like, get to why we're
Yes.
here, sister. The jokes about the car and all that. I don't care.
I will say the very opening, when it's like, Ellen's great, she can do whatever. She's come back from being a lesbian. Then it's like, Ellen's horrible,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. I literally thought it was going to cut and it was going to be big reputation.
Yeah.
I was like, what are we doing here?
She came out to Harry Styles, which I thought was interesting.
You said
too.
she's forgiven.
Yeah.
I forgive her.
It's okay.
I love her.
You're fine. But yeah, it was slow for me to get in. And then, but once we got to the meat and the potatoes of it, I thought it was good. Ellen to me is not like, funny.
Like knee slapper.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's funny. I ain't trying to come for white women.
I just think you need to be honest.
But
Let your tits out.
But I just feel like, first of all, we all knew that she was going to be able to do this. Like, no, I never put her on the canceled list.
Okay.
I just think she's too likable and she's too... You got to do a lot as a Wahite person to really get canceled.
Jeffrey Epstein.
So, like,
And even some people then are like,
Yeah, I just felt like she's going to make a comeback. I think the way that she did it was smart.
Well, she came back to say peace.
Yeah, like, I think, and it was, she's been in the business for so long. We did need to hear from her. I think that was a good closure to the 40-year career she's built. I thought it was good.
My turn?
Your turn.
I thought it was a little bit stanky.
Oh, really?
I did. Like I said, the beginning started, it's all, Ellen's great, blah, blah, blah. She's come back from this big reputation, all that. The joke started, like you said, slow. But this is my thing. I do think Ellen's funny. I wouldn't have watched her, I almost said her reality show. I wouldn't have watched her talk show.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch the specials. I thought the relatable one was funny. The whole thing just felt like, not even like, I'm human. I mess up. It was giving, well, I'm a fucking human. Sorry, I'm a woman in business. Sorry, I've had bad days. Like, all the jokes just had this little, like, behind them.
Yeah, I did think
And I was like, girl, we get it. Like, you seem like you are still not over it.
Well, no.
Like, how it ended.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever going to get over it.
Which, I mean, I don't want to say, oh, that's fine, but, like, it's understandable.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, she had those run of jokes where she was like, I love to scare people. I love when snakes fell from the sky, and it was, like, funny. But then you realize, like, people were saying Ellen was hard to work for, but half of the allegations that were out there at the time were people were saying there was sexual misconduct going on within her producers. Now, granted, whether she knew about it or not, that's fine. But at the same time, you have to realize, like, it wasn't just like, ha, you're hard to work for.
Exactly. And that's where I think the miss was, too.
Yeah.
I think that she went into it like the only reason she was in trouble was because she's not nice.
Yeah.
And it was so much more layered under. It's not like you're just a bitch. It's like people felt unsafe at work and uncomfortable. And like I said, there were sexual harassment allegations and all of these other things that are so much deeper than like, you're not pleasant.
Yeah. I asked her for a picture and she said, I'm working. It wasn't that.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, at the end, like I said, you've got your loyal fans. People, I mean, I will say, I feel like the audience track was a little overused.
I agree.
She would be like, I'm human. Like,
I was like, it's not that.
Down.
That was not even funny. I did like the joke where she was like, yeah, because everyone in Hollywood is nice.
Literally.
Because everyone in Hollywood is whatever. I thought that was smart, but it does kind of give that air of, I didn't do anything wrong.
And again, she was like, what's the big deal? And I'm like, no, Here's the big deal. What did she say? No, Ellen, that's not true.
Yeah.
You were invited, but like I said, I enjoy Ellen. She came to town on my birthday. That was the show I would have seen, and I'm glad I didn't go. I went and, did a little party somewhere else. But actually I went to the Cheesecake Factory. It doesn't matter. All of that to say, I hope she finds peace. BetterHelp.com. And I just watched it and was just like, dang, like, how the mighty can fall.
I know, yeah. And that's it. She had a joke where she was like, I went from being the person people wanted to babysit their kids, like the most hated person in America. And I do think that is ridiculous. Like, I think I said, this is a humanity problem. We love to build people up to then tear them down.
The gladiator mentality.
Exactly. And I don't know, from what I read, and correct me if I'm wrong, I know y'all will, she was not accused of sexually harassing anyone. Like I said, like, we don't know how much she knew of what was happening with that. So, like, the vitriol that came, I think, always felt a little unbalanced. For it to spiral the way that it spiraled. This is not a P. Diddy situation. This is not a R. Kelly situation. This is not a Jeffrey Epstein situation. This is like...
I mean, you have people who will say it is, but you
But like I'm saying what she was accused of.
Yeah.
Like, and like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but from my standpoint, it wasn't like she was sexually harassing people or groping people, raping people, having freak-offs.
Not freak-offs.
She just wasn't... She just wasn't, People felt like she didn't run her business in a way that was, like, appropriate.
Yeah.
And she did say, like, I never wanted to be a business person. I went to the clown college of whatever, like, making a joke of it.
Yeah, and that's the joke that bothered me. She was like, my name was on the thing. And she was like, Ellen. And she was like, and so, like, I was the face, and I was the blah, 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 and I was the this and this.
The boss.
Yeah, and then she's like, Ronald McDonald is not the face. He's not the CEO of McDonald's. And I'm like, again, I take umbrage with that because, once again, If you got to go out on your 20th season and everybody loved you and you had never done a thing wrong, would you have still been like, I'm still not the face of this, I'm not the CEO? Or are you saying that now because you're doing damage control?
I think she feels like she's being looped into some things that she was not a part of as a person, and she's allowed to feel that way. But at the same time, if you're the face when things are good, you do have to be the face when things are bad.
That's the T.
And my thing too, I will say, one thing that is confusing in her defense is like, we don't know Ellen Boss's name. Why aren't they in trouble?
T.
You know what I mean? Like, there's somebody above Ellen.
When it comes to the entertainment industry, HR does not exist.
You know what I'm saying? There's somebody above Ellen, and if it was her responsibility to make sure things were running smoothly and everybody was, felt safe at work, it's definitely their responsibility too. So I do get where she's coming from in that regard.
Yeah.
But also, like, girl, it's called The Ellen Show.
Literally. The Ellen DeGeneres Show.
And I don't know what to tell you.
Well, Ellen, God bless you. I hope you enjoy your retirement. Go feed those chickens. And
I know.
Learn how to work your car.
Hang out with Porsche.
Moving on from that. Okay, well, let's go from scandal to glory. I want to talk about Abbott Elementary. I love Abbott Elementary.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. Okay, season 4, it's coming.
Season 4 is coming. Let me get
Will you be sat?
Let's be.
Can I? Okay. There's a lot happening on set right now. If you're listening, Raven just hit me.
Okay.
Talk about allegations.
I was about to say, don't shits and gigs me right now.
This is mine now. Me and Gabe.
All right, let's talk about the Abbott Elementary cast.
Not you coming in with a whole iPad.
I'm trying. I still don't really like.
For those watching, she's not looking at information. She's playing Fruit Ninja. Okay.
Okay, so Williams. Oh, is that Everybody Hates Chris?
Yes.
Okay, they will be at $250,000 an episode, while Ava Coleman, Melissa Shimenti, and Jacob Hill will be making $200,000 an episode, and Quinta will be making $400,000 an episode.
Queen-ish right there.
Let's just talk about the fact that how long I've loved Quinta. Like, when she was at BuzzFeed, I thought
princess.
She was the funniest person. Ooh, he got money. Like, I say that now.
Every Pride, people be gay.
Like, she's so funny. And to watch her go from that to now being in this place is amazing. And I just want to point out that is just her salary
Episodic
as an
fee.
actress. She's also writer. She's in the writer's room.
She was the creator, wasn't she?
She gets paid as being a writer. She gets paid as being a director and creator of the show. and she gets paid as the showrunner. She's co-showrunning.
Secure that bag.
So she's probably well over $1 million an episode.
But I will say, I feel like that is a creator's dream because there's a lot of actors who will sell a show and they get to be in the show, but then they don't have any control over their show. I feel like every time I see her, and I don't mean this in a bad way, she gives the energy that she runs that show like the Navy.
Yes.
And I love it.
Seriously. And the fact she's so funny. She's so personable. She's so likable. She's authentic. I feel like her and Issa are very similar in that they do a really good job of being professional and like you get to know their personality, but they're still very private, which I really appreciate. But yeah, also like so often you hear about casts of shows butting heads over money. The fact that they all came together and they were like, we gonna get this payday together, I think is amazing.
Okay, I want to talk to you about that because people say in a regular setting, they're like, that's unionizing, which I mean, essentially it is. How do you, I mean, you just said it, you like that.
Yeah.
Because I know people who've been in situations like that where we're like, oh, well, we're all in this together, we do the same thing. And they chop them up like a piece of cake. And either it's from the top or they don't want it and someone's got the little ego and things like that. So what do you think about all that?
I think that it depends on where you're standing in the group.
Okay.
If you're on a set, like Octavia Spencer talks about this with, I can't remember who the white woman is, but like.
I almost said Oprah.
It's not.
No, she's not white.
It's not Oprah. But she was saying how like an old girl, Meredith Grey, Ellen Pompeo be talking about this too. When you're the person of privilege in the room and on the cast, it is your responsibility, if this is you bad about it, to bring up everybody else. Like there's a lot of black women in Hollywood who've made it very clear that the reason they got what they got was because there was someone there of privilege to co-sign, for lack of a better word.
I was gonna say, didn't Jessica Chastain do that for Octavia in The Help?
That's what it was. Jessica Chastain.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
That's what it was.
That
That's what I'm talking about.
Not Oprah.
Yeah. That one. But yeah, so I think like in that situation, yes, I think it's great. But also, because like, and there's been so many situations where it's not great, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with Janet Hubert, the black actress, and Will Smith.
Yes.
So it's like, it's just good to see people kind of band together and be like, we all gonna get this money. The cast of Friends did the same thing, and that's how they ended up getting over $1 million an episode. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Do you think there's ever a place, I don't want to say for ego, but like Quinta is clearly doing more. I mean, she's getting paid more.
Yeah.
But like, do you think there ever is a point where you're like, no, that person does need to get more money?
Well, yeah, if you're I mean, it depends on where you are on the call sheet.
That's the
if you're number one on the call sheet, you should be getting paid more than everybody else because the expectations are different.
Yeah.
The number 2 on the call sheet is different than number 5 on the call sheet.
That's
you know what I mean? So just you got to play your position and realize that like get in where you fit in.
Well, and they talk about this too. And I was actually watching old episodes of Here's the Thing. I love Here's the Thing. Kev on stage and Angel, if you're watching this, hello. Invite us. We'll come say hello. But I will say this. I watched them and they were talking about when you sign on to do something too, you're not just signing on, I'm doing episodes. You're going on a tour. You're going on press. You're going on ADR, all that kind of stuff. And so you're having to work this hard to just exist.
Yeah.
And then Taraji's talked about it too. That's your money for, if you're taking out a year of your life.
It better be worth a year.
Literally. Because we've seen some movies that you're like, oh, you spent a whole 7 months on that.
Exactly. And after you've been paid everybody, get your money.
Get your bag.
Get your money.
Fight for your money.
And I'm so glad that they did. I'm happy for them.
Okay, well, good for them. Good for Abbott Elementary. We can't wait for you to come back in October.
Is that right?
October 14th.
Okay.
Let's put money on it. I bet you $1. October 14th.
Okay.
Gabe?
I'm not betting anything.
No, if I'm wrong, you get the $1.
No, I don't want to play.
No, I'm not telling you to give me money.
Oh.
I just want to be right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. October 9th. You know what? It's okay. We're not betting. We're not betting. It's fine. It's going to be okay.
$1.
No, you didn't win $1. Well, you said you didn't want to do it, so it's okay.
No, you said that I didn't have to give money. I just
But like
win
Abbott
money.
Elementary, we're either in this together, we're not in this at all, we're not in this at all. So
Blake owe me $1.
all of that, are we fighting?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Tia, you're Tamara. What's
I
up?
want my $1. I'm Tia, you're Tamara.
That's ugly. I'm sorry. I do want to talk about that, though.
I do too. Okay, so Tia.
Tamari, as Gabe was calling earlier. He was like, let's talk about Tia and Tamari. And Raven kept going. She had her lipstick on. She go, Why do you keep saying that?
Who is Tamara?
Yeah, her and Kamala.
Oh, Jesus. So Tia has a new show on WeTV called Tia, the show on WeTV.
Tea with Tia.
And it's
That's
called
not
like
what it's called.
Life in a Fast Lane, or like it's like
she
something
called
like
it
that.
Tea with Tia.
Hold on, Gabe's gonna tell us.
No, you know what she should call it? TEA-UH.
Tia Mowry, my next act.
That is nothing near Life in the Fast Lane, Raven.
It kind of is.
Okay.
And she's going through a divorce with her ex-husband, Corey Hardrick. She has 2 kids.
R.I.P.
He's not
No,
dead.
it's the marriage.
Oh. I was like, he's very much alive. They were together for 22 years, so a very long time. And she's in the car driving her kid to drop her off on her dad's. And she was talking about how like hard it is when your family falls apart and all the things. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I just wish I could call my sister. Oh no, she said, I wish my sister and I were close. Mm-hmm. And I could just pick up the phone and call her, but we're just not in that space anymore.
And that lit.
And everybody was like, what?
They were like, the Mowry girls aren't close.
Exactly.
That's the equivalent of Mary Kate and Ashley having beef to me.
It is.
Yes.
Like, insane. So everyone decided to hop in, and it kind of posed the questions of like siblings, twins, whatever. Like, what do you consider to be close? Mm-hmm. And like, what? Like, also, is there like an obligation as a twin to always be close to your twin?
Well, I think especially when you're younger, like I've known twins who just say like it doesn't even matter if like if we're like we're just close. Like we shared a womb, we share a room, and now we share
the world.
Yeah, that was beautiful,
Thank
poetic.
you.
What's her name? Rupi Kaur.
Who is
That's
that?
Rupi Kaur right there.
I don't know her.
She's a
okay
poet.
Love her.
Yeah. Good times.
Shout out to
Anyways,
Roops.
hello. So all of that to say, I don't necessarily know, because I feel like the internet took it and was like, they're fighting. There's a bash. It's over this. It's like, what do you think?
That's an interesting take. I took it as, oh my God, what you mean you don't call your sister? What are you talking about? Somebody call their mama. This can't be. That's what I feel. Sorry for hollering.
Not the Mowry girls.
Sorry for hollering in y'all ear.
Know what she sound true. Oh Lord, not Ekin-Su. Oh Lord, not Tia and Tamera.
That's how I felt. What do you mean you can't pick up the phone and call your sister? What do you mean?
See.
If she had been like, Tia lives really far away, or Tamara lives really far away, and I wish I could be closer to her and just like run and get lunch and talk about it. That's different than I can't pick up the phone and call my sister. That do mean y'all beefing. That mean y'all beefing. If you can't pick up the phone and call your sister, why can't you pick up the phone and call your sister? What y'all beefing about?
Comment below.
But
Tia, come on the show.
But see, now Tia done backpedaled.
She doubled down.
She did the back pedal. And now she's come out, I meant geographically. We're not close geographically. We're still close. Tia, don't do that. Because one, let's start with the fact that they had a reality show back in the day.
Tia and Tamera.
And they was fighting like cats and dogs. Mm-hmm. They're very oil and water, different, which is okay. Second thing, Tamara was on the red carpet and they were like, how do you feel about your sister's show? She was like, I heard about it with y'all. I knew about it when y'all knew about it. And I'm not going to be on it because she didn't ask me. Basically. Then you get on here talking about, I can't pick up the phone and call my sister. And now you want to play in our face and act like we crazy? Exactly. Pick up, you said, not Tia. And also, let me be very clear. I love me some Tia. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Love her.
Capital Love.
So I'm saying all this with love and care because I don't know these people, but I do care.
Yeah.
That's your sister. Get it, pull it together.
Yeah.
And not only your sister, your twin.
Well, it makes me wonder what could have possibly happened. Like, did she not support the divorce?
That's what I was about to say.
I was going to say.
Because, Tamara.
Because usually when you're not talking to somebody, it's because it's like we've gone through something and you can't support.
Exactly. And Tamara is the.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You lick those beautiful lips, girl.
Because Tamara is real Christian-y and like traditional.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think she's a bit more conservative than Tia.
You think she's on the Trump train? Toot toot.
I don't know about all that. I ain't say all that.
This just in, Raven just called Tamera Mowry a Republican.
I
what?
don't know
She was
Tamera.
spotted at the RNC. What?
I don't know her like that. I don't know. She very well could be or she couldn't be. I have no idea. And that's fine. However she chooses to live her life. But yeah, it's sad. I want them to be able to be. I'm a firm believer in that though. And this the black folks in me, I think. Mm-hmm. You gotta go real far for me to be like, I don't talk to my sister, or I don't talk to my brother. I don't talk to my brother because he went on and got his robe.
Amen.
So like, I can't talk to him. But even when we was beefing, it was never to the point where I couldn't pick up the phone and be like, I know you get on my nerves, but mama said X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. I'm gonna be vulnerable for a second. On the pod, we're gonna have a vulnerable moment. When I came out, I said it was going to be a vulnerable moment.
What? Came out of where?
The closet.
Oh my God, you're gay?
I know. Okay. When I came out, I was very close with my siblings, and I still love them.
Buffy, Cubby, and Margaret.
All 7 of them. I have 3 siblings. We were very close. And when I say close, I mean like Kardashian close. Like we moved as a crew. When I moved here, it was very hard, all that kind of stuff. But when I came out, it was very clear
that the relationship changed.
Yes, and they said, we love you. We do not support this lifestyle choice.
We really put them out. Okay.
But it is.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm trying to give you other words to not like air them out.
Well, I'm not trying to beef.
I just like, Raven, shut the up. This is not your story. I'm like, how your relationship. I'm PRing you in the moment.
So just say some things happen. No, I'm just gonna make it real quick. We're not as close right now, and like I know they don't necessarily support the way I live and things like that, but on their birthdays, we call each other. If something were to go down, they could call me. I would hope I could call them. I do believe I could call them. I think in the bottom of my heart, I know I could call them. But the thing that sucks is like even sometimes when we talk on the phone and catch up, you just feel this like this invisible wave.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it's so maybe on a level, and I don't know why they're not speaking, but I just feel like I can kind of relate because there's even times when I'm like, this thing happened or this funny memory or this thing, just like this awesome thing that happened, I want to call and tell them about, but I just don't feel that. Like they're not the first person I call anymore, and that kind of sucks. Though
that does.
Back
suck.
to Tia.
But I will say too, my brother probably would have been the first person I want to call, but I do want to tell him stuff, but he had to go and die. So.
Oh my God, we are getting so real on this pod this week.
I be having Kev on stage posted something this week where he was like, "This is the worst part of grief. Like, how you just go die though." Like, I got to tell you stuff and you just went out here and died.
Oh, my God.
It's so selfish. And that's how I feel. Because I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, oh, this nigga went and died. So
oh, my God.
He probably do know. I just didn't tell him.
He got his robe. It was great. All those kind of things. All of that to say, back to Tia and Tamera. We out here airing our dirty laundry now that it smells like grass stains and mud.
I say all that to say, Tia and Tamera, whatever y'all got going on, I know your mama's sick over it.
BetterHelp.com.
I know, because you know how your mom's like, people say you're only as happy as your least happiest child.
I have never heard that.
Oh, you've never heard that? Have you ever heard that? Yeah.
You've heard that?
Yeah.
Gabe's over there with the wisdom. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
But I'm also the youngest, and I'm always happy.
Yeah, that's what people say. You can only be as happy as your least happiest child. And I feel like when your kids are beefing, it's like, as a parent, you're probably like, no, I raised y'all better than this.
Yeah.
But it's also, too, you do have, I will say this, and then we can move on. You do have the autonomy to say, like, I don't allow something this in my space. So, like, if it is that deep, if there's a difference between, like, a falling out and, like, fundamentally, like, you are not a safe person to be around. And I just have a feeling that this is just a beef, and I hope they work it out.
Well, I'll tell you, too, I mean, you know, not to compare, but, you know, recently I've heard some rumors that this one behind me, who I love dearly, and her sister.
They be beefing.
And I heard it's over political reasons. Now, this is the streets.
I heard that in the streets.
This is the streets, and I will never go against you because the last thing I ever want you to be mad at me.
We already know that it's Haley is the Trumper.
she's that's what I've heard.
And then Hillary's
and Hillary said, "Why are you being crazy?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Beyonce and Solange would never. Beyonce and Solange
they are
would
rolling
never.
for each other.
Okay.
Yes. Sweet Lord. Yes.
Anyway.
Proud family. That's what I'm telling you about right there.
All right, moving on along. Back to pop princesses and all the likes.
Hard
Our
left.
girl, Joanna JoJo Leviscu. I don't never know her last name.
Leveske?
Is it Leveske?
Levisk?
She ain't
Let's just go with JoJo.
She ain't Latinx. Leveske. But she's not. She's just white because the whole book is about how she's just white.
The whole book should just be called I'm White.
Serious. Like,
Put it in Google and hit the little...
She's not even spicy white. She's from like Massachusetts.
She's fresh off the Mayflower.
Yeah. It ain't even like, it's like Irish or something.
JoJo. Just JoJo. There's a reason she goes by JoJo.
And there is a reason. It's in the book, but I bet you ain't got that far. Okay.
So hit me again.
JoJo, not to be confused with Siwa, our girl JoJo from our era has released her memoir.
A memoir.
Called JoJo, Life in the Fast Lane.
No, it is not called that. Oh my gosh, it's called Writing My Story.
No, it's not. You made that up.
I forgot. It's called. I think it's just called JoJo.
Nah.
What's it called?
Something.
Gabe, hit us with the
Under
real.
the Influence. Over the Influence.
Over the Influence.
Woo!
Oh,
Okay.
it only took you 7 tries.
JoJo, Over the Influence.
Yes.
Her memoir. I
Loved
saying
it.
memoir.
Loved the book.
Did you read the book? You didn't read the book.
No, I read the back cover.
You didn't read the book.
No, let me tell you why.
I read the book.
I am an Audible member, and I got my free trial's not my free trial. Sorry, my credit has not rolled in yet. If you want to get the Audible trial, it's going to be somewhere in this thing.
Did you?
No,
did you,
you know
wait,
what?
let me ask, because I think I'm gonna call you out on your lie. Did you really sign up, or did you forget to sign up this week?
For what?
Audible.
No, I really signed up. The book I'm listening to right now is The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop.
I was gonna read that next.
It's really good. She's talking about how they wrote.
That's
that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. I caught my own self. Don't scream at me. If I screamed at you the way you screamed at me, you would be terrified.
Ain't nobody scared of you.
Do you want to?
I read the book.
Okay.
Unlike some people.
Well, then I can't wait to hear about it.
Okay, I'll tell you about it.
Welcome to the Rewind Book Club.
Read
with Rewind. Thank you, Gabe.
That's so stupid.
It sounds like we are learning to read.
Seriously. Okay, so as we all know, JoJo was the girl back in the early 2000s.
Baby, I'm the one, it's you.
That was good.
Thank you.
She hit the scene with her debut single, Leave!
Get out.
And blew up, and everybody loved her. Okay.
We thought she was a whole 31 years old, and then we got the Wikipedia page.
She's a child. She's our age. She's
13 years old singing about grown people's problems.
Yes. Okay, so going into this book, everyone was expecting to hear about her relationships and her issues with her label and not being able to release music for almost a decade. So you go into it like, again, kind of like the Ellen stand-up, ready to hear about something, and she make you wait for it.
Does she talk about it at all?
Yes,
okay.
She does. And she gets very much into the details, but we started out with her on her playground, with her mom and dad and them.
I always love those. I always knew I was different, and I always knew I was going to be something. And you're like, get to the good stuff.
And then we was at the AA meetings with the mama.
Well, I mean, it is called Over the Influence.
And then we went over to the damn kids say the darndest things with Bill Cosby. I was like, girl, you don't get to leave. Get out.
She talk about Kids Got Talent with Tori Kelly?
No.
Or America's Most Talented Kid?
Yeah,
that's what it was.
She goes through the whole thing, which was great. I'm being funny, but it was good. Then she gets to her relationship with Freddie Adu, which was what I wanted to hear about, because I remember thinking, like, as a 13-year-old girl, like, oh my gosh, power couple, like they're both.
Not a power couple at
they're
13.
both like 12. I think like she was 14 and he was 16.
Power couple.
So I didn't want to hear about that, and that is who she lost her virginity to.
Really? She talks about
that. Listen, what Joanna is gonna do
is give you the full tea.
Is tell you about the men she done been with.
Ooh.
And
great.
At one point, I said, "Is this one of them sex books?"
Am I on Dipsy?
She was like, Dipsy. It's funny because she was like, as he went in and out of me, I said, "Wait a minute, bitch!"
Not 50 Shades of JoJo.
Wait a minute. I promise you, she said.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so maybe I don't need to get this as an audiobook. Oh, real quick, sorry. Did I ever tell you about when I used to be a Lyft driver and I was listening to an audiobook? I was like, he's not listening to the thing. And it was a sex scene while I was driving this person around. And it was like, he slid his hand down my panties. I'd never known womanhood until I was soaking. And I was like, so where's everybody from? I was like, click off. So I was like, ah! I was like, I'm sorry. That's the Song of Solomon. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay. So things I took away
from this pornographic book.
Is she's whoever, I don't know if she wrote it just like or had a help or whatever. Very beautiful vocabulary. There were some very poetic moments that I loved. To JoJo be cheating on people.
Really?
I was shocked.
You said not JoJo.
Serial cheater low key. High key. On some like...
But she's self-owned.
On some, yeah. She owns it 100%. On some manipulative on some like, I'm going to plan this out. And I just want to... So
not the polycule.
Yes. I was like, whoa. Okay, girl. Because the first time you're like, okay, you were young. Like, you're in your 20s. Things happen.
You had too much to drink.
You learn, you grow. The next time she was like, I wasn't even drunk. I was just on some like...
Oh my gosh! Now, as a Raven is a super fan of JoJo.
I've seen her so many times.
Does this dim your light of her? Or you're like, no, she's being real.
No, I respect it. I did realize though that I've always thought like, oh, we could be cool, like we could be friends. I don't know if I could be friends with her like that.
Really?
She reminds me of another friend.
Oh,
where
it's not. We're not hiding it from you, Gabe.
Where like
Gabe acting like we're keeping secrets from him.
And y'all don't even know this girl like that. So
Or boy.
Or they. Or them. Where it's like so much, and I think she's might have. Let me give Joanna her flowers. It sounds like she's grown out of this.
Okay.
But they're so wrapped up in male validation that's all that matters.
Gee.
And that kind of, I don't like girls like that. I like girls who are like, whether you got a man or not, like I'm gonna foster this friendship and I'm gonna like whatever. Mm-hmm. And I do think she does have a girl side of her. Yeah. But it was very much like
sometimes it can.
That was her driving force, was like male validation. And I don't like it.
It's giving. Who was that chick from? It's a Carrie Bradshaw. I try my best.
It's a Carrie Bradshaw for sure.
I try my best in my life to weed out Carrie Bradshaws in my life. And I'm not even a girl, but I'm just like, when you want to drop everything for this one person who's giving you attention, that says so much to me with you not having to say anything at all.
For sure.
The first time I ever watched Sex and the City, people were like, oh, it's Carrie. She's got shoes. She's fierce. She lives in New York. I was like, this is a horrible person.
She's a bad friend,
She's a bad friend. She's
such a bad friend.
A horrible employee. Like, she smokes.
She's all over the place. She's a hot mess express. And JoJo very much was like, I was a hot mess. Like, I was a mess. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that part I was shocked by. And she's I will give her flowers here too. She was very candid about her family dynamic. Mm-hmm. And coming from a person who everybody, I think, has had a difficult family dynamic in some capacity. Mm-hmm. She gets really vulnerable and like really tells us, this isn't one of those ones where she's like, I want to respect the privacy of da-da-da-da. Like,
Uncle Gary's a hoe.
Yeah, she put it out there. She does.
That's a memoir,
yes,
baby.
She does respect the identities of a few people. She talks about a manager named MM. So, I got on Google.
And was JoJo's the best book.
And I was like, who has been her managers? The only two were her mom and Randy Jackson.
You want some tea?
Yeah, spill it.
I don't think it was ever bad, but I had a friend at one point, and I'll keep it airy, who was managed by Randy Jackson.
What they said?
He did a whole lot of nothing.
Oh, we gonna have to get this out because Randy Jackson ain't about to sue me over slander.
No, they don't sue us because we have an LLC now. That's to Rewind the podcast. You ain't coming after our pennies if you come after Rewind. As of now, we ain't got nothing. So
that's so
but
true.
Soon, Patreon launching. All right.
Oh, okay. Well, this person does not match that profile.
Okay, T.
This person was too involved.
Like greasy car salesman.
No, just grade the line between emotional and professional.
Oh. Gabe said it's given mom.
Well, no, because she talks about her mom being her manager.
Oh,
so then this person comes in after her mom and like shakes up the bag. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Overall, like I think I have 30 minutes left.
Okay.
It was really good. I was impressed.
That's crazy.
And it was enough to where I felt like that wasn't a waste of my time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get these memoirs and you're like, you could have kept it.
Girl.
You know who else has a really good memoir? Paris Hilton.
Really? I want to read that. What's it called? Like Diaries? No, that's the other one.
It's called Paris Hilton, Life in the Fast Lane.
There's a lot of people who live in life in the fast lane. One of my things I love to do, especially on Audible, is I love to listen to autobiographies because I like it when it's read by somebody. Let me tell you, a couple of years ago, I was so excited to listen to Tyler Perry's, and he just big fat did not read his. I was like, you are not that busy.
You know who else has good ones? Sorry, you want to talk?
No, I do this to you all the time.
Sorry.
Where's the lie?
You know who else has good ones? Tori Spelling. I've listened to every Tori Spelling book.
I've listened to like Tiffany Haddish, Busy Phillips.
We have different people.
We have different. I listen to. So let me tell you someone who I actually love. I adore their acting choices, but their memoir fell flat. Was Anna Faris.
I would have never picked up hers. But
oh yeah, no, it was. I was like, well, I had the free Audible credit, and I was like, oh, this will be fun. Mindy Kaling, hilarious.
I tried to hers. I've done Quinta's.
She has one.
Quinta has one.
Totally
it was good. Kerry Washington's is good.
How do you feel about? I mean, these people are young. Is it really a memoir at that point? Or is it just like life until now? There should be two categories: memoir
or life until now.
Life until now. Miley Cyrus wrote one at 16, and she was like, "I'm just a good Christian girl."
The only thing I'm gonna say though is if you at the end of your memoir, you done went on. So are all of them life until now?
I guess, but like, I just feel like Barbra Streisand wrote one recently, and it was like 800 pages. That is a memoir.
Well, yeah, but also there's
Shania
a lot to tell for some people, and I feel like for JoJo, even though she's only 33, she's been in the business 20 years.
Yeah.
So I think 20 years is a good stamp of time.
That's true. Yeah, that's tea.
Cool.
Are you lassoing something
I
over
know,
there,
right?
Do you want to say anything else about JoJo?
No.
Now that you've called her a whore and a serial cheater.
I did wish we would have gone to New York to see her as Saltine.
Nobody play with me right now. Nobody play with me right now.
What's her name in that? Saltine?
I still technically can go.
Bye. All right, moving on along.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Have you heard about the Bridgerton scandal?
No, I have not heard of it.
It is the Willy Wonka experience all over again. No. But this time it's hit the States. Yes. Okay. So Bridgerton, you know it, you love it. The show that takes 18 episodes for one kiss. Recently, they do the Bridgerton experience. That's sponsored by like Netflix and Shonda Rhimes. But then there were some people recently, like a crew, I don't know what it was, but it was like, like Have Fun Productions. I don't know. Loud and Wrong. They did one in Detroit. And it was like, what? Mish. Okay. They were like, come to this thing. There's going to be food. It's going to be elegant. Get your best ball look. We're going to crown it. What do they call it on the show? Like the dame of the night or the diamond of the evening? The diamond of the rough.
The queen of the night.
The what?
Oh, yeah.
Can you stop? I am talking to our producer.
Yeah. I got the stuff that you want.
I got the thing that you need. Best way to get Raven to stop is if I try to make it a sing-along. Diamond of the season. It's the diamond of the season. People turn their out to go to this thing. I'm talking ball gowns, big hair. There was this lady, she had hair in the shape of a heart. They said it was the biggest scam. It was in some open room. I think they said they moved venues twice because the venues they would ask about it, and they were like, we don't know about this. They just said it was going to be here. The food was like a couple of heated Tupperware things, and she was like, "Get your plate out," and like, whoosh, whoosh. They were doing that. The DJ was like weird. They said it was people literally just standing around. They had like a backdrop, maybe one grass wall, and they were like, They said they were gonna have all these door prizes, diamond of the season. They did nothing of the sort. The tickets were in the hundreds.
No.
Yes. The best part about it all is they said there was gonna be entertainment that was Bridgerton-esque. Pole dancer. Just doing a whole number in a red bikini. It was sparkly. It was cute. Now, here's the thing. People were like, a stripper came. That's not a stripper. That's a pole dancer.
Yeah,
get it right.
It's different.
But it was so funny because the video they have, it's someone and she goes, I don't remember this in Bridgerton. And it was just chaos from the beginning. People were like, we want our money back.
Of course.
It was literally the Willy Wonka experience again. And so I want to ask.
I would turn that place out.
You'd be kicking people.
I'd be on the news. The story wouldn't be fake pop-up.
Yeah.
It would be black lady acts a whole donkey at these people event. Police had to be called.
I love that.
Because I'm not leaving there without my $129.99 that I gave y'all.
Well, it just seems
And
like.
give me my gas money. And money for my time because I had to take off work to be up in here with y'all.
You done?
I need my money, and I wouldn't have left there without it. You got to do your homework, people.
And
you
if
gotta
it's
do your
called,
homework.
I promise this is going to be fun productions, maybe pray about that. So let's talk about that.
Seriously, do your research.
Yeah, I had to talk about it because
funny.
it was so funny. Okay, moving on along.
Moving on along.
Offset and Cardi B.
Let me tell you.
On again, off again. Offset.
Again.
Okay.
Those two
You know what they are?
broken up.
No, this is what they are. The new Gwen and Gavin.
Oh, really?
Gwen Stefani and Gavin.
They broke up and got back together that much?
That like over 20 years, it was so much.
Oh, really?
It was like a
I
joke.
was going to say Ben and Jen.
Bennett, girl. Don't even get me started on Ben and Jen.
The thing with Cardi.
Matt and Ben forever.
Oh, yeah. The thing with Cardi, first of all, let's start with they always fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So she just had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
A fresh new baby.
Mm-hmm. Vag is still sewed up.
Seriously. Supposedly they had broke up and he was cheating. He's a cheater. Cheater, pumpkin eater.
Mm-hmm. Him and JoJo have a club.
He stayed cheating on her.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much. So I don't know if he cheated on her while they were pregnant, whatever. They're having this very public fight on lives, internets, tweets, and all the things. Mm-hmm. My favorite part was he was like, you cheated on me while you was pregnant with our child.
To airing out the laundry.
Airing out the laundry.
Ooh.
And Cardi said, and did. And did.
What?
I was like, oh, okay. And she did, and we'll do it again. You ain't gonna embarrass her. She is gonna put it all out on the table. There's no secret. She's like, yeah, I was a stripper. Yeah, I used to drug people and take their money. Yeah, I mean, you cannot
shame her.
You cannot shame her, and I love that about her. And then the part that really dug the nail in is he was like, you slept with my ops, da-da-da. She's like, I don't have to sleep with your ops. She was like, I'm better than you. She hit him with you were lucky to have me. I downgraded to be with you. She's like, the man I'm with now, way better than you.
So they are officially broken up again.
They broke up, and I don't think they get back together. She's at the point where
find a Blake Shelton.
where she's tired.
Okay.
He has pushed her to like, we got these kids together, so I'm gonna keep it cute when I see you, but like I am done with you. I will be very surprised if they get back together.
This is gonna sound so funny. Sometimes I think about like who's more fun single, and I know she's not technically single. Cardi B is so fun single.
We've barely known her single.
Oh, I know her.
Oh,
personally.
Oh,
we get drinks
Belka
at the pop-up bar.
You and Belka Lee's.
Do what?
You and Belka Lee's.
Belka Lee's.
Almonds are.
Why is the light rotating? No, I don't know. I feel like I would go get drinks with her. I'd go shoot guns with her. Like, she'd be fun.
And this is a part too. Like, yes, it is Twitter fodder at this point, and like they're going back and forth. But I also like am sad. Like, this is the ending of a marriage. Like, they have 3 beautiful children. And it is sad that Offset can't get it together. Get it together. You got 100 kids already. You
have a career and you're making money. Get it together.
He's not dumb. Like, he's a smart, put together adult. Like, why are you acting like this, Mr. Set?
Maybe it's one of those things where it's like did you ever watch Parks and Recreation? This is a hard comparison. Ron and Tammy, they were horrible together. People who know. But when they got together, that sex and that fiery passion they had, but it always ended in, we are not meant for one another.
Yes.
Do you think that's like probably what it's like?
Probably.
They get together and it is like they're sucking the paint off the walls.
They've also been together a long time, and I think she's probably in a place now where it's like womanhood, like I can do this by myself kind of situation. And she does say he's a good father, so that's good.
Yeah.
But they need to be broken up.
Doesn't mean he's a good lover.
They need to be broken up. Do you think that it's, and I don't even know if I can, as a man, I don't know.
As the resident man.
As the resident man.
Mine's Gabe, but you know.
Do you think there's anything wrong with her having sexual relations with somebody else while pregnant?
My gut instinct is like, well, I mean, like, it just... But I mean, like, I'm going to be honest. We come from gay world where somebody's like, oh, we've been together 47 years. We're committed to this. I mean, we sleep with other people. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. And I mean, it depends on their relationship. I mean, you know, like, the moral police out there will be like, yes. But I mean...
Yeah.
I mean, but you're also pregnant. I don't know. I mean, there's a baby up in there.
Yeah, but
there's someone up there tickling the uterus. I don't like that.
Baby's probably being a like...
I don't know, but you know, because that can cause early labor. Getting poked. They literally say if you want to induce labor, have sex.
Along.
Well, we don't know.
When they were in the middle. People have sex all through their pregnancies.
Whore. And that's why you're pregnant. Can't turn it off.
And that's why you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly was like, would I do that? Probably not. But like, I don't see why it's like he put that out there like, I'm gonna get you for doing this. And everybody was like, you be cheating on her. You can't tell somebody when to cheat on you when you've just been out here cheating. You can't be like, but you can only cheat on me on Thursdays.
Well, this is my next question. When somebody's like, oh, like say we were together, I wish, and I found out you were cheating on me. Does me going now and seeing somebody else justify what you did, or is it all relative?
Justify.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're together, and I'm like, oh, I found out Raven was cheating on me.
So you also
then I'm like, well, I want to go cheat on her.
Also get back.
So is it all relative? And it's like, well, we're all just cheating on each other now? Or it's like, no, you're also wrong because you're doing what you're mad at them for doing.
I think this is so sexist. If you a guy, I don't believe in get back. But if you're a girl,
okay,
cheat back, sis.
No, I don't like that.
Cheat back.
No, you're either for it or against it.
Cheat back.
You said go get your ham slapped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not your ham. But I just feel like men be cheating.
But what about a gay relationship?
Okay. Then I feel like get your lick back.
Get your
lick back.
And two lesbians.
Get your lick back.
Call the U-Haul.
Yeah, get your lick back. For real, if it was me,
you would be in jail.
I don't cheat on me because I'm gonna have an attitude and I'm crazy. And also, I'm not about to be like cheating on people. That's too much. That's not my style.
I don't have time. If I like you, I'm putting all my time on you. I don't have time to go sneak around.
But I will say, though, a lot of times it's not like a full-on thing. It's like you were in this person's space for one evening, and X, Y, is you had time that day.
Okay, I want to talk about this, and I know we're really going off topic here, but Trixie and Kati have talked about this before, where it's like people are painting like the worst thing you can do in the world is have an affair or cheat on. And I'm not talking like it's been a 6-month thing. I have a whole different family. Like I got drunk at a bar and I was making out with somebody and then you saw.
I wouldn't care about that.
And but people are like, it's the ultimate betrayal. It's like what plots and stuff are built around in TV shows. And the older I get, I'm like, I don't, and maybe it's the gay side. I'm just like, I don't really care.
I wouldn't care if you kissed somebody at a bar. I'd be like, don't even bother me with that.
Yeah.
Don't bother me.
Yeah.
I don't, and especially if it's not like your every weekend behavior.
Yeah.
I don't think I would really care like that. If I don't know, I don't know.
Don't go to therapy and boohoo and cry and break down and tell me.
Me either, because now you're gonna piss me off for real.
Yeah.
So just keep it to yourself.
I've been keeping this from you from 7 months.
And it's keep it. Die with choke on it.
Yeah.
If it's like a full-on affair situation,
you're spending my hard-earned money on him. Taking him to Virago instead of me.
Then it becomes a betrayal. It also depends on who you do it with. If you met some rando schmando person and y'all had a one-night situation, do I have an attitude? Yes. Do I want to know necessarily? I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on how far in the game. I mean, if I got 3 kids, ain't no hope about to break up my house. Yeah. Bring your black ass back over here with all these kids. How about that?
What do they say?
And do your little girlfriend babysit? Yes or no?
What do they say in Tyler Perry, The Family That Prays? He's not leaving his wife. He's built a life. He ain't going to do it over some skunk.
Like, I'm sorry. Now, if we just kicking it, we don't have kids, you out here trying to give me diseases, we got a problem.
Yeah. Or what if you're married to this person and then it's your best friend?
That's what I was about to say.
They give you the full Shania Twain.
You want to see me lose my mind?
Beyonce and Obsessed.
Do you want to see me act out of character? Lose my religion? Forget about the Christ in me.
What did the headline say? Raven goes full donkey?
Oh, no, I would lose my mind.
Oh, yeah.
100. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. Don't do that.
You're out here at Kelce.
She would. I knew it would be her.
And we know you listen too. And if it's not her, it's Molly or Claire. I'll tell you right now.
Molly and Claire would never. They're sweet.
No, they are.
But yeah,
There's your shout out.
But no, if it was somebody I knew or like someone that like, for example, T.I. cheated on Tiny with a girl who worked for Tiny.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, you know about Miss Shania Twain.
Yeah, but they switched husbands, didn't they?
It got a little weird at the end, but she was telling her friend, she's like, I think my husband's having an affair. And her friend was like, oh my God, girl, who? And then she found out it was the friend, and then she sought solace in the ex-husband. And I was like, maybe there's something going on there.
Yeah, that's giving upside down pineapple.
Yes. Come meet us on our cruise, room 243.
Also, my thing is, if you're going to be disrespectful enough to cheat, at least be respectful enough to let it be a bitch I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
But don't have me out with this hoe. And I don't like to call women hoes, but if you cheating with my man, you a hoe. You out with this hoe, and I'm kicking in her face to be like, oh, girl, your nails is pretty. And you done been with my man.
Thanks, sis.
Don't have me out here
They were
that.
up your man's ass.
Okay. I don't like that.
If it's good enough for Kanye, it's good enough for anybody.
We should have a different barometer.
He has a finger in the butt.
But yeah, like don't have me kicking with this lady, and she low key got one up on me, and I don't even know. Mm-hmm. Don't do that.
That's the tea.
But I will say, Cardi B is the queen of petty. Mm-hmm. You ain't
bringing it back to the subject matter.
You are not gonna paint her in the corner, and she gonna get her lick back, and it is what it is. But they don't need to get back together. They need to stay broken up.
They need to stay broken up, and I like that. I like that. So, anything else you want to talk about? Anything you got on your mind?
I don't think so. Gabe, you have anything?
Gabe, anything? You sit over there. Should we get? Hey, let's talk about this. Should we get Gabe a mic? He's got some good stuff to say. Comment below.
Yeah.
I think we should get Gabe a mic. I don't know. But we got to, there's a whole thing. So the only other thing I want to say is I saw something on Twitter that I really loved. Mm-hmm. And it's about Travis Kelce. Oh. You know, he's not having the best season this time around.
Yeah.
He's off to a bad start. But everybody says because he started his acting career. And he's in that new Ryan Murphy, whatever the hell. And I just got to say, Mama Kelce has ripped him a new one in the funniest freaking way.
It's great.
I love it. She was like, I guess somebody interviewed her and they were like, what's happening? And she was like, I just told him sometimes we're not good at things at the very, or what is she like? Just like,
it was something like that. Like sometimes you can't be good at everything, or sometimes she was like, sometimes you have to let your kids fail and realize that like they're not good at everything.
Not at all.
That's a good mom.
And everybody on Twitter was like, girl, you are roasting. They were like, we want to, but it was kind of PR magic because people, it was kind of PR magic now though, because people want to watch it because they're like,
I don't even think it was a roast. I don't think she was being shady. I think she's just a good parent.
That's true.
And she makes, like, to us, he's Travis Kelce and he's dating Taylor Swift. But to her, that's just her baby.
Like, that is my kid.
And she's watched him fail at things his whole life. Like, she's like, that's just not something he's good at. But he is good at this, and he's going to go do that. And it doesn't have to be a big deal. It's not the end of the world. He's not a good actor. That's okay.
She said you tried.
He got the experience, and good for you, Trav.
Does your mom talk to you like that? Does she keep it real with you? Or is she like, you're a star, you're amazing, blah, blah, blah?
No. Neither one of my parents are like that.
Okay.
I think even if I were like, they'd be like, you could have done this better.
Oh, yeah. The one thing it reminds me of, and I'll keep it quick because I know we got to wrap. When I was 16, I was invited to sing at a 4th of July celebration in my hometown. And I was the opener for a gospel award-winning all-black choir in our town. And they asked me to sing God Bless the USA. And did I sing the Lee Greenwood version that was just barrels of hay? No. I decided to do the American Idol version with Ruben Studdard and Kimberly Locke. So instead of from the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, I go from the lakes of Minnesota to... And I couldn't do it back then. So I went out there and I sang what I thought was it. And I was getting it. This is how you know you're not going well. Someone shouted out, "It's okay, baby.
Take your time.
Take your time." And I was like, oh, they're getting into this. They love this. That does not mean it is okay, baby.
And don't take your time. Hurry up.
And I went back. And I told my mom, and I was like, that was amazing. And she looked at me and she said, don't ever sing in front of a gospel choir again if that's going to come out of your mouth. And I was like, oh, okay. And the girl I liked at the time, I said, how did I do? Because she could blow too. And she goes, it was so good. You did your best. And I go, what was my best? She goes, a 6. And so all that to say, when I read it for Travis Kelce, I said, I've been there and I know what you're going through.
Yeah, I know. My parents are like, you didn't do that was not very good. When I did track and field. I did the field.
You didn't do the track. You did the shot put.
I did the shot put in the discus. And the way my ball I would get it here, I wind it up. Throw it, it'd be like, pew. It was laying right there. Every time. My daddy was like, this ain't for you.
God did not call you to the shot put.
This man would put his clothes on, come to my meet, to watch me.
Supportive parent.
Yeah, to watch me. Pew, right there. And he was like, it was so bad.
That was me in soccer. Oh my God. I love it. I love supportive parents.
I know you've got to have parents. If your parents can keep it real with you, nobody can keep it real with you.
Nobody can keep it real.
Because they going to tell you the truth. And that's a good parent. That's a good parent.
Yeah, for real. Okay. Well, shout out to all the good parents out there. Also, shout out to everybody who's joined again. We have just had exponential growth again because y'all are so awesome. You're sharing this podcast.
Yes.
And it has been an overwhelming in the best way week. And we are so thankful for you. So if you're listening, hey.
Also, feel free to DM us and send us topics.
Yeah.
Like if you come across something on the internet, you want to hear us talk about it. Y'all, it is not always easy to pick topics. Mm-hmm. And it would be great to hear what y'all want to hear. So DM us, write in the comments, whatever. What's something you want us to talk about?
Wherever it is, it's at rewind.the.podcast on all social media. Well, where we are. Yeah. Don't try and hit us up on Threads. We're not on there. But Instagram, TikTok, we would love to hear about it.
The YouTubes.
But other than that, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Rewind the Podcast. If you want to listen to other episodes of Rewind the Podcast, you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you like podcasts. I'm not here to tell you what you like because you are a grown adult and you know what you like. But if you want, every time you do that, I laugh. It never
surprises me. I'm never ready.
If you want to watch this episode and see other episodes and our beautiful faces, you can watch us over on the YouTubes, like Raven likes to say, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and sign up for alerts because, we have a lot of content. And not to brag, but it's not a lot of content, but it's a lot of content, and you can watch it all there on YouTube. With that being said, Raven.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You can find me on all social media platforms at I am Raven Dawson.
And I am Chronically Online. You can find me anywhere. There's an anything social media at Blake Rackley. And with that being said, we will see you
next week.
See ya.
Peace.